So today we have Emily Hill. Emily is active student of the Client Attraction Program, and she is helping aspiring developers from total beginner to a coding expert in 6 months. Welcome, Emily.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you so much. What were you doing before you started working with me?
Right.
Practically.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. Yes, there's many story threads coming in. So I had actually tried a couple group coaching programs, which were super helpful, but they weren't helpful for me to figure out where I needed to invest in my business. So they were enough to get me started. At the end of the summer, I ran a 5-day challenge where I got a small cohort of 3 students. So like I was on the map, and I realized in that process, I had done Facebook ads. I had, did a challenge. I learned like all these different things, which was awesome. But I really realized at the point where I was really feeling uncertain and confused was in the sales part. Even though my numbers were good, I didn't feel good about the process. I felt lost and confused, like I was riding this roller coaster of confidence. And so, Nancy we'd been in contact before that. And so she very kindly was, checking in with me. And I was, I felt like, I'm not really sure I understand the sales piece, and especially the organic marketing. I help aspiring developers. I teach people how to talk to computers. So learning to talk to people, like it hasn't always been easy for me to learn how to read situations with other people. And so I thought, okay, organic and sales, this is the part of my business that I think is going to move the needle for me, and I want to invest here. And so it was so amazing getting to work with Nancy, because like the group coaching programs, it's like office hours with all these experts, which is amazing. It's an amazing resource. But when you're just getting launched and started, you don't know where the hole is. And each of those experts is only responsible for answering one particular need in your business, rather than the whole picture to see where you need to dial in and improve. And so Nancy, because she works with us one-on-one, you've been able to really help me figure out exactly where I need to tweak and invest my time to really get the best results. I have a Facebook group as part of my business where I have a lot of people that want to kind of hang out and listen to what I'm saying, but aren't ready to buy yet. And so I serve their needs in a Facebook group. And you can see, like, before I started working with Nancy, implementing our ideas, it's like this, and then it starts growing up, and it's like magic. Like I didn't even do everything that you asked of me, and it's already like, that's how it's true. Because if you even just do a little bit in that direction, it takes off. Like that's how it's really good results focused advice.
Thank you, Emily. So tell me, how did you find me? How did we get in touch? Do you remember that?
I don't. I just remember you reached out on Messenger.
Knowing each
Yeah,
other. Yeah.
it was organic. Like I know you messaged me, and I did feel like even in those early conversations, you were supporting and trying to help me see like where I might have room to grow, and also but giving me the space to try it on my own, because I'm the type of person where I have to try it myself first to see, so that I can justify like, okay, I do need help here, I do need support here, because there's other aspects of the business where I didn't need that much support, like doing the Facebook ads. I did that pretty well. Like there's other areas where I was excelling, but this one piece, that's where I really need to dial in and invest my focus.
Yeah, so it can be a very small piece, but that small piece can cost you money and also a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's better to make the investment before than rather than wait so much.
Well, yeah, I probably, if I had worked with you when you first reached out, I probably would have had a more successful launch initially as well. But I'm the type, I wasn't able to do that. I had to kind of try it, especially because I had invested in all these other group coaching programs. I wanted to push and see how much can I get out of what I've already paid for. To be honest, paid way more for, but this has been what's been most impactful for me for moving the needle in my business.
Awesome, awesome. So, and what made you decide to work with me finally? What was the trigger that told you, yeah, I have to do it?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good question. Mostly it was because I'd had some success. So I'd even sold, and I think my call rate for my challenge was super high. It was like 50% of the people I spoke with bought, but it was so uncomfortable for me, and I felt so lost and confused. So like, yeah, I was doing it, but it's like beginner's luck. Like, what is going on? Like, I don't even know. And I thought there was some people that perhaps if I understood the process better, I might have been able to sign on to my program and get them the help that they needed. So really for me, it was about reaching the people I'm trying to reach and serve them. And me investing in myself is going to help me help them better. If that makes sense, like really being able to and also to enjoy the process and not be so stressed about it by having somebody going with me side by side. So I, understand like, okay, this is normal. This is how it works. And, it's not a big deal. Nancy, you've been able to like dial into that with me and help me like, focus. This is all you need. This is what you need to do, because I get overwhelmed easily. And that was the other aspect of these giant group coaching programs where they have this huge system. It works for everybody. But then for me, I was like lost in it. Like, do I really need all of this? I don't really have time for all of this. Like, what do I need to do to move the needle? And so because you work with us one-on-one, all of your clients, you really give us a custom action plan that we can then take action on. So in the beginning, there is a gap in my chart where I start like this, and then my group numbers start taking off. There's a gap because I was still figuring out how I was going to take action, like how I was going to set up my day to take the action. So there's still a little bit of resistance, but literally like as soon as I started doing it, I started seeing results, and that perpetuates, right? And then I get motivated to keep doing it and keep following the instructions.
If you follow the advice and you're actually doing the job as you're doing, you see the results for yourself, right? So everything is increasing and you're having quality conversations, and also you made a sale.
Yes, and I had my first sale last week, which is awesome. I think it was within less than a month after I started working on things and learning how to do the posts. And I got such amazing feedback even before I had that sale, that what I was doing and what Nancy was guiding me to do was so amazing. I was getting feedback from other people in the group coaching programs I'm in. They're like, where did you come up with this messaging? How are you doing these Facebook posts? They're great. And so, well, okay. It's not just me. Come talk to Nancy. And I was getting feedback from people who paid for Facebook advertising, like through an agency, like my local gym. And they're like, your posts are amazing. They're getting such great feedback. I was like, literally, I just borrowed from Nancy's template. She helped me figure it out and I just posted it. And so like, it really wasn't a lot of effort once I got in there to do it, because Nancy does such an amazing job of like focusing our attention to avoid the overwhelm, right? It's simple. It's working smarter, not harder. It's less is more. And so she's helping us dial exactly in on what we need for our business to move that needle. And so it wasn't hard. Like I do have to set aside, a couple hours a day to do the work, but that's a fair trade for learning how to sell a high ticket offer and basically getting to start my own business, have the freedom of life and all those awesome wins.
Nice. Sounds great. So what are the challenges right now that you're facing? And do you think that I can help you to handle those challenges?
Oh yeah, of course. Well, it's so helpful to be a part of, a community with Nancy and all the peers that are in the program. I even actually connected with one of her other clients and we did a practice sales call to help us both practice that and kind of bounce ideas around about how to niche this down. And so it's really a community. It's not just that. I think right now where I'm going is, so I'm still practicing the sales calls, still learning how to navigate that and focus on high quality calls, not just talking to everybody who comes my way. So I'm redirecting them to the group. And then trying to figure out where strategically makes sense in terms of like what Facebook groups to go to and to get in front of, because in my discipline, it's a little bit different, the types of questions people ask. And so just learning, where do I go to keep growing my organic messaging machine? Like, where do I go next? And I totally know that Nancy's going to have this down because she's been doing it with so many people for a year already. Like there's no doubt in my mind, like as I'm proceeding forward, like she's always there and to help guide and be like, no, go over here, go over there. And we all learn it together.
Feels good, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's very nice to be in good hands. Feels good.
Thank you. Yeah. So the last question is, would you recommend other people to work with me?
Oh, absolutely. And I have been. So I would say if you're on the fence, do it now. Because I'm sure, Nancy has bounds on how many students, not, she doesn't have, you know, she can take a lot of students, but I'm sure there is a upper limit on the capacity. So she's a hidden gem right now, I think. Because I think for me, the biggest thing was this one-on-one, because you can't hide. And I need accountability, and having that relationship like with someone who's like you can meet with multiple times a week, that's following just your story, your business, can be like, no, this is what's actually happening. Ignore that other noise. This is it. Like, that is so invaluable. Like you just, it's hard to put a price on that.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm so happy for your progress. And now you have a lot of clarity, and you know exactly what you need to work with every day to actually get the results, because results is all that matters, right?
Exactly. For us and for our clients, right?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much, Emily. I appreciate you took your time for having this call with me and showing the world that everything is possible.
Yes, absolutely. Anytime. My pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.